try not to be reaching over your client because that's rude. And then if you hit them, only thing you can say, oh, my bad. So guys, if you just go across their face and stretch and tuck your neck strip. All right. Get your drape. And we are at Michael's Academy in Irving, Texas. See? And the first thing you're supposed to do is comb and examine the scalp. I'm going to comb his hair, and also I am examining the scalp. So what you guys are going to do, you're going to take your comb and you're going to do it in a fanning motion so the hair will lay on top of each other, as opposed to doing this. Let's not do that. Let's just fan the hair, okay? So I can see that this is the way he wears his hair, so we're good. And if you don't know how they wear their hair, I'm just going to slightly miss it so I'll know where the part is, okay? Making sure that you're reading your bottle and it says water and not alcohol. I've gone to a student station and happened to spray alcohol on their bangs. Oops. Here we go. You guys see how the hair just parted on its own? Okay, so a regular gentleman's haircut typically is a 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to be using his Masters. Actually, I'm going to use the Seniors. Now, normally when I do this haircut, I don't use guards. I just go in with my flat top comb. Guys, making sure that you're having total control of their head, because if they move, they're out of there. Just a nice sweeping motion. I'm cutting and I'm combing at the same time. When you're going around the ears, take the whole clipper, hold their head, and go all the way around the ear. All the way, and come back here and go the other way. And normally you would want to hit those sideburns so it'll match the haircut, because it's really kind of hard to go back and try to make it match. Again, this is my one guard. A nice little scooping method. Come over here to the other side. I like to make sure everything is nice and even so I won't have to work so hard. Here, come around over the ear. Hold the ear back. Get the rest of the hair. I like to make sure that everything is nice and clean, as opposed to going back and say, oh, I'm going to clean that up. I go ahead and make sure it happens at that point in time. This is a 1.5. I'm going to make it do for a 2. And again, like I said, that one doesn't fit, that's why. So this is a 1.5, and it's open all the way. All the way. Just a nice scoop. See how the hair just lays down? So it's already faded. So they're having some camera issues. I'll stop.
And I don't know how to work.
Renegade.
The camera that went on her.
And so he didn't have his 2 over there, so I'm using a 1.5. You ready? Here we go. $45 degrees, and I'm fanning.
Hey, Miss Peters, what exactly is fanning?
Okay, so if you zoom in close, I have short hair here and I have long hair here. So as I cut the hair, I'm just going up. That's what I mean when I say fan. And I'm not worried about being too perfect because I'm going to go in with my shears. And he's got some swirls and some cowlicks, and that's okay. Just kind of work around them. Here in the front, same thing. Take your flat top comb and go in and just fan it away. And sometimes when you're cutting black and white hair, gray and white hair, salt and pepper hair, whatever, if it's within the comb, then you know you've done your due diligence. You blended it. So I'm ready to do some shear work and some shear over comb. And there's nothing like a clean canvas to cut. I'm gonna get the headrest out of the way because it is definitely in my way. Again, I'm making sure that I have my natural part. I'm cutting diagonal. And I'm still palming my shears. you guys have any questions while I'm still cutting, students, please feel free to ask a question. Don't be shy.
Oh, Miss P, what are you creating?
I am creating a guide,
Traveling guide?
a traveling guide. Guys, when you're doing haircuts, you have to have a guide. If not, you'll be cutting hair all over the place and it'll never be even because you are all over the place. So this is my first horseshoe on my layer haircut. And yes, we already know that there's a line there. We're not even there. We have not married that yet.
What comb do you use to fade it? Fade the hair?
To what?
To fade the hair?
I use, this is a taper comb, and the white comb that I had just a minute ago is called a flat top comb. And you can cover a lot of ground with a flat top comb. See how it's starting to lay down? But we know we have to marry that because that's pretty heavy. And guys, in the real world, you can make $65 on this haircut because I do every time I do it. Because I'm doing clippers and I'm doing shear work. If you're not learning how to do some shears, you're just cutting. You're just cutting. Anybody can do that. A taper comb and a flat top comb is going to be your friend, especially on straight hair. It's got that big old cow look up here. It's no problem. I'm going to get right on in there. And guys, if you use water, you can see all your lines and your layers. And what I typically do is when I have this going on, I'm going to go in and do some point cutting because I want everything to lay. And remember, just a second ago, it was really sticking up. So now we have some control. So I'm slightly angled because that's where his hair grows. We still have this weight going on. Again, I like water because I can control the hair and I can see. And I can get it to lay down. See those lines? Even though it's gray hair, I'm going to get rid of them.
know, it's a real nice hotel. I had Hollywood. Oh, that's what my mom was selling. Super nice. Super nice. I was like, huh? I had Hollywood, bro. We did a gamble. We was their mom's favorite. I wasn't, so I stayed there one time. I wasn't expecting it to be the way it was. I don't like it. Huh? Yeah, it's a little expensive. It's nice. It's real nice.
I cut his hair diagonally, so now I'm coming back, and now I want to cut it vertically to make sure it's nice and even.
I don't like it. I want to have extra money black. I like wearing black hair.
Yeah, I don't like it thin, bro.
Oh, no, I like going to Fremont. I like going to the Fremont Street and gambling over there.
Yeah.
The old Vegas.
That's I don't like it.
I have to serve places.
Yeah, Miami Hollywood is cool. Caesar Palace is really cool. You know, it's a cool little spot, man. It's cool. It's janky. It's cool. You too? You're the right. Like I said, everybody.
If you like pulling like too much, like one side of his head to like cut it pretty much, like one side uneven.
You say, am I?
Like if you was like, so if you grabbing a section, like you grab too thick of a section, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, coming from like, the other side of his head, it wouldn't make his hair uneven.
Like this, absolutely. So we're going from short to long. We're going from short to long. See? See how this all even?
Just try to pull it just a little.
And with this hair being longer, typically you would just move it out of the way. So you won't cut it too short, because once you cut it too short, there's really nothing you can do but make all this short again, all of it.
Have you been, so New York got the, New York got the roller coaster, right? We filled up like 20 people. New York got the roller coaster. That's why I wanted to go. That's why I was going.
What is that particular
This is
type
point
of cut?
cutting. This is a point cut,
So you go up to the top.
because I like for it to be not straight, but I want to blend. And I do this as opposed to thinning shears, because I don't necessarily care about thinning shears unless the hair is really, really super, super bulky.
Bro, that joint goes fast. Really? It's not. It's not.
And if you do all that, you bring this hair forward
There's another roller coaster, the Stratus.
and go ahead
Yes. That's the
and
one
cut.
that's top of the tower.
You go super high.
And then I go right back, and I also do a point cut. And you probably say, well, you're cutting it twice. Well, I don't want it to be too long, and I don't want it to be too short. I want it to be just right. So when he does this number, the hair just lays. It just lays. That's all I want.
Yeah, so it takes like 3 hours. It might be like 3 hours, 2 hours, 50 minutes. Get there. It's good.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, but they're taxable.
So technically my haircut is almost through. And what I also like to do, and normally I don't ask him, but I'll ask him for video purposes. And plus he's so doggone handsome, he looks like Santa Claus. Would you like the eyebrows trimmed? Yes. Okay. And not too short. And guys, if you just take your taper comb, turn it to the small end, and it's all you have to do is just comb it out and pick that hair up either this way or this way, it doesn't matter, making sure that you don't stick them in the eye. And the disadvantage to a clipper is because you probably go too deep and you're going to end up cutting him down here in this area. But this taper comb will allow you to have or to work into small areas and spaces. Swing him around. Get the next one. Same thing. And he's got some long hairs right here, so I'm going to make sure I get those out of the way as well. Okay, so I'm not going to edge him up on the front, but I'm definitely going to make sure I take care of the sides. I'm just going to tap him just a little bit right here. And I'm going to make him a nice clean arch. Come around the ear. Make sure if there's any hair on the ears, make sure you go ahead and shave it off as well. So for my edge up on the sides, typically I'll say you have 2 lines, 1 and a 2, and then you're going to arch. So that's the easiest way to get a clean arch. 1, 2, and then arch. And making sure you keep the arch low so you won't white wall them. A white wall meaning that you edge them up in this area instead of a natural arch on their ear. That's what it looks like. Same thing on the other side. I always make sure I hold their head because if they sneeze or cough, you out of there.
Hold on, Miss.
Okay. Arching again. Nice clean arch. Students like to call it a C cup. I always say C for cookie. That's me. Here we go again. There's that 1, 2, and an arch. And you can go back over it, but make sure it's nice and clean. And for state board, they will ask to see that arch, especially if it's on a real person, and you're going to pass them an all-purpose comb in case y'all didn't know that. And before I say I'm through, I'm going to go over one more time. This is where he wears his hat. You see everything is low. And you guys see, if you're looking really, really close, I'm really not taking off a lot of hair. That salt and pepper hair is really hard to decide if you have weight lines or something going on. So I just go back over. And on the neck, I like to open that up. And because it is a regular man's taper, just take your clipper and making sure that the whole neck is cleaned up. And I will ask him, do you like your neck blocked or not?
Round.
Round? He likes round? Okay, cool. So if they ask you for a round, I still start in the middle and I work my way up to get to that edge, to that corner. Catch that corner right there. Come up, clean out the neck. good than that. He likes his. I'm just gonna hit this right there. Okay, students, let me show you guys a trick. If you have someone that has a light colored beard and you really need to use a dark cape and or a dark towel. So because we do have a dark cape, we're good, but I just want you guys to see this. This is your, you can see if they're missing any hair, where it needs to be trimmed when you're looking through the towel. Okay? So I'm pretty sure he likes his beard. I'm not gonna take off a lot. I'm just gonna hit it. This is gonna be straight freehand. Can you see the difference? Can y'all see the difference?
Why are you going that motion instead of going there?
But see how you can
You
tell
just
the
follow
trim
on the neck,
size?
okay.
I am in his free hand, so I'm definitely holding his hand, head, not his hand. Swing around to the other side.
Warriors are a better team. Warriors are a better team than the Lakers.
When you guys are using product in the hair, make sure you're working the product through the hair. And even on your state board mannequin, I would definitely recommend you guys styling that out so it won't be just a dry looking mannequin. This is a finished product, a regular gentleman's haircut, a 1, 2, 3 in a blend. And like I said, he has salt and pepper hair, and you will definitely have to go back and check it with a flat top comb because it's gonna look like it has streaks when it actually does not, and he wears a hat. So any questions about his haircut, guys? Huh?
Yeah.
What I did was I freehanded. I didn't take off any length. I just just freehand. I just hit all the ends. I didn't. So thank you very much, and thank you for serving our country. Marines, guys.
Thank you for your service.
Y'all are very welcome, all of y'all.